Please stand.
Color guard advance. Color guard retrieve flags. Color guard advance. Post the state colors.
Please welcome Miss Allison Olson, the Director of Secondary Education, to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please post the American colors. A two.
It's my honor to introduce our next speaker, Mr. McClarty, the Mayor of South Sioux City.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you here this morning on behalf of the City Council and the other elected officials that represent you in county government, city government, and in national government. It's a great pleasure to be part of this patriotic program. We will learn a piece about our great history, a moment in history. And it's a pleasure for me to see your participation on our historic event. But most of all, I want you to realize it's great to be an American. The last four letters of American is I can, and I know that you will. Thank you very much for being here and appreciate your participation.
We will now have a brief history of the Star Spangled Banner presented by one fifth grader student from each class.
In 1812, America went to war against England. The English wanted America to stop trading with the French, and they were taking sailors from American ships.
The British attacked the new capital, Washington, D.C., and burned up the other buildings in 1814, several weeks before they planned to bombard Fort McHenry in Baltimore.
President Madison sent Francis Scott Key to Baltimore to rescue some Americans being held prisoner on a British ship. Key was a lawyer and an amateur poet. Key reasoned with the British and they finally agreed to release the prisoners, but the Americans were not allowed to return to Baltimore because they knew of the impending attack on Fort McHenry. From the ship, they watched as the British attacked Fort McHenry. The battle began at dawn on September 13th and continued through the night.
In the morning, Francis Scott Key knew the American victory when he saw the American flag was still flying. He wrote a poem, The Self-Defense Fort McHenry.
The flag that Francis Scott Key saw flying over Fort McHenry had 15 stars and 15 stripes. This flag is now on display at the National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C.
The melody Francis Scott Key used for his song was a popular English tune that was the theme song for a gentleman's music club in London.
He wrote lyrics to this same tune before in 1805.
Mr. Key wrote 4 verses in his poem. The Star Spangled Banner has 4 verses, but most people only know the first verse.
President Wilson had 5 musicians, including John Philip Sousa, create the standard version of the Star Spangled Banner. This is the version that we sing today.
In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson ordered that the Star Spangled Banner be played at military and other appropriate occasions. Congress officially made the Star Spangled Banner our national anthem, and President Herbert Hoover signed it into law in 1931. Now to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Star Spangled Banner, we ask that you stand and join us singing our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
It's my privilege to introduce Dr. Fisher, the Superintendent of South Sioux City Schools.
Good morning. Good morning. 2 quick thank yous. First, thank you to, and I know I won't mention everyone, and I apologize ahead of time, but a big thank you to Mr. Wagner, Mayor McClarty, our wonderful students, and our outstanding honor guard for bringing today's event and making it such a wonderful experience for all. And secondly is a thank you to all of our students. Our high school began a campaign called Respect a Cardinal Rule. And I've watched you today, and I want to thank you for the tremendous level of respect that not only did you offer our guests, but the celebration of our 200th anniversary of the Star Spangled Banner. So thank you so very much.